I know, you know Lionel and Joe. Oh, there you go. Joe Franklin has arrived in the studio, and Lionel, if you could come back to the party, I'll have some sushi for you, have some corned beef sandwiches.
And some Sonny's bagels. When it's bagels, it's Sonny's.
That's right.
South Orange, New Jersey.
Good to see you, Joe Franklin.
Home of James Petrecca.
Yeah, absolutely. We're on. This is the greatest moment in time right here. The time is moving. It's live radio, 48 degrees on the outside. On the inside, it's probably 65 degrees inside of the studio. And Joe Franklin, I want to just take this opportunity to welcome you. I want to just shake your hand for a moment. I got a corned beef sandwich for you downstairs during the party. I reserved that, and also pastrami, like with a sour pickle. So I just wanted to let you know that you're very special to my heart, and that you helped me in this visit, as well as you helped probably Frank Truitt on the other end of the phone, probably through the.
I wouldn't sell you a friendship for $100, and I really mean it.
You've said that so many times before.
Now, Joe Franklin's helped most people, as you're probably aware of, in their careers, and has been in this industry for a long time, and one of the nicest men in this business, and one of the most honest and people, and it's always great to give back, you know, to somebody like yourself.
In this era of computerized radio and pre-planned programming, to know that there's still a throwback to the era of non-programmed radio and, you know, non-scheduled, the way
off
we do
the cuff, we call it.
Right?
Just incredible, and you know, it brings back memories of the time. When I broke in, I was shooting the records for a man named Martin Block. Remember on the Maple Leaf Ballroom?
Absolutely. He's probably, a lot of people were talking about Martin Block today. Harry Harrison and Dan Ingram and the late Ron Lundy and so forth. Frank Truitt, you have a question for Mr. Joe Franklin tonight on the show.
Well, same thing. I used to, you know, watch through many years on TV. I just want to know when Joe's coming back.
Yeah, we want to know when you're going to have that reality TV show, Joe.
Well, I'm still doing radio. I'm on, you know, Bloomberg Radio all day, every day. This week we got Nathan Lane, we got Ray Peters, we got a lot of big stars, and we've got a lot of people after me to do TV, but it's just a matter of, you know, I'll be 39 years old soon, so it's a matter
You look more like 25 than me.
That's without weekends. That's without federal tax, right? But
what do you think, Dennis? 25?
25.
25. Bob, what do you think? Bobby O'Brien, what do you think?
You're the best, amigo. I love you, Joe. How you doing?
I love you.
Thank you for coming.
See, Bob has worked with you at WOR. When I came up to see Joe at WOR, Frank, you know, you had vinyls, you had like those live radio, like we're doing here, like Bing Crosby,
8-tracks too,
8-tracks and all kinds of stuff.
Martin Block got me my own radio show. Then I got a call one day from Channel 7. They said, Joe, we're lighting up in the daytime. We're considering doing daytime shows. They said, Joe, if we do an hour a day, what will you do during that hour? I said, I want to show people talking, nose to nose, eyeball to eyeball. They said, Joe, you're out of your mind. You can't do a talk show on television. So I said, all right, then. Because you got to give him baggy pants, got to give him, you know, burlesque skits, got to give him cops. Because rock and roll is coming. I said, how about I do a show of kids dancing to records? They said, now we know you're nuts. They said, who's going to watch kids dance to records? Dick Clark comes along, becomes a billionaire, right? But I always say, what's on your mind, do it. Don't be shy.
It was great having Peter Wolf from the Jay Giles Band on recently on Bloomberg and all the other great guests that you have currently on Bloomberg Radio now.
I had Jay Giles Band on with Peter Wolf, and Peter Wolf had just gotten divorced from Faye Dunaway. She was playing around the corner in a Broadway show, but they said, don't bring them together. They said, don't invite her because they're a little upset with each other. But I got those kind of memories.
I know Frank Truitt, he's had some great guests on his morning show too, right, Frank?
You never know who's going to be a guest, you know. Sometimes they come in and there's somebody in the top room going like, wow, this is great, you know. As much as you prepare, people call in. It's anything to keep it fun. I think that's the exciting part of working in radio.
That's right. We're checking on Pat Cooper as we speak now, coming in to visit with you.
Is Pat here?
Pat is on the way in, I believe. He's on the way in with Steve Garrett. Now, Frank, you're going to see Paul Anka tonight, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're just leaving the restaurant. We're going to head across the parking lot and I've never seen Paul Anka before. So
well, I know. And where is that? Over in Morristown, New Jersey?
Yeah, we're over at Morristown at the Community Theater. They put up some great concerts down there, and this is just one of them. They got Meatloaf coming in a couple of weeks, and everybody else. We're really looking forward to Paul Anka. This should be like the greatest hits concert, you know?
Well, in the last 6 months, you've seen some great people in the last 6 months or so. Who have they been over there?
We've seen Hall & Oates. We've seen the Moody Blues. You know, just a little bit of everything. You know, some country artists, Engelbert Humperdinck. Yeah, he's still around. And it's just fun. You know, if you like music, any type of music, something like this is really a good time.
Yeah, this is really fun, isn't it? I mean, it's really enjoyable to be here with Joe Franklin, Frank Truitt, Bob O'Brien, and all the great people, Kay Woodard here on the radio. And Joe, give us a...
You notice one thing about me? I don't wear headsets. I don't wear earphones because I've always had the wild theory that these people who go deaf You can attribute that to the head.
What? Who? Where?
Bob Grant once deaf, Rush Limbaugh once deaf, and a few more I know. And in fact, Bob Grant came into my office about a month ago. He said, "Joe, I've got a new $10,000 state-of-the-art digital hearing aid, the most expensive hearing aid the world has ever known." I said, "Really, Bob? What kind is it?" He says, 10 to 3. So the point I'm making that
Joe, who sort of, besides Martin Block, sort of gave you that push to drive to be in radio and television for all these years when you first started?
I was writing the scripts for Eddie Cantor when I was 15 years old, and for Kate Smith when I was 16 years old. She used to invite me to her house, and she would sing "God Bless America" to me. And I said, I'm not going to quit until I get it right. And then I got a job choosing the songs for a movie called The Jolson Story, which to this day, the Al Jolson Story is still the 10th biggest movie of all time. I'm in Ghostbusters, I'm in Broadway Danny Rose, I'm in quite a few movies like that. But,
hey, Frank, you have a question for Mr. Joe Franklin?
No, like I said, I really enjoy what he's doing out there, and I have to catch him on the radio. I think that's he just knows so many people. I mean, out of all the people that you've interviewed, I mean, have you ever really had like a really tough time interviewing somebody who just wasn't going well, and you just wish they would leave already?
I was at about 10 people in my life that didn't get along. Out of a 500,000, no, I had 5 U.S. presidents. I had Ronald Reagan 5 times. I had Charlie Chaplin. I had Frank Sinatra twice, Bing Crosby twice. I had John Wayne, Cary Grant. And I guess now and then, one time Rosemary Clooney was my guest, and I said, "You know, Miss Clooney," I said, she says, "Yes, Charlie." I said, "My name isn't Charlie, my name is Joe." And she says to me, "I just wanted to point out that I didn't know your ex-husband, Jose Ferrer, was such a good singer." She gets up and walks. She says, "Goodbye, Charlie," walks away.
We have our engineer Mark in the studio. I'm glad to see you because he's here with Joe. And Mark, we had a great broadcast a couple of weeks ago with Soupy Sales, and it was just fabulous how you put that together, and how Soupy was up here.
Oh, yeah. Right, you want me on microphone?
Sure, why not? You're here.
No, the original broadcast was from October 31st, 2001, right after 9/11. He came into our studios to do the broadcast. The program, the audio, was lost. It just got lost for the program, but I had recorded everything on videotape at that time. So I had the whole thing on videotape, and just recently, after he passed away last year, I took out the videotapes from the boxes from the back of the attic or whatever, and I edited it together, and so the broadcast that we did at the end of October was from the audio from the video.
That was really neat how you put that together.
It was fun, and I'm sorry I didn't do it earlier, but he was an amazing, we did it from the studio right behind you here.
Right.
He was just so... It was so nice. He was here like for a few hours, just doing everything with us. He was just a nice man.